Hey guys, Chris again, also known as the Real C-Mac on ECF, Vapotron, everywhere else on the internet. Doing another hardware review today, and what we're looking at is the, well, one of its names is the Vcore 2.0 tank, uh, also known as a Squid tank or a Splitfire tank. Comes with a very nice chrome drip tip, nice, really heavy. Tank itself has some good weight to it. I like that. Um, it's made up of two sections. You're going to have your juice down here, as I do, and then you up here you have your coil head with two wicks. What we're going to do is go down, take a look. I'm going to break it down completely. We'll put it back together. Then we'll come back and see how it vapes. Alright guys, so here is the Vcore 2.0 in all its glory. All its taken apart glory anyways. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the head. We do have a ohm marking on here. Rotate that a bit. Okay, 2.4 ohm head. Alright. We have our coil in there. It is wrapped around two wicks, which of course give you 4 ends. Now, so in the now I want to mention too. This should be pretty easy to rebuild. It looks like it would be pretty much the same as rebuilding the VV Nova. I haven't done it yet, but just by looking at the bottom, I can tell that it is probably the same. Now this is the tough part. I didn't actually really want to take this apart because I gotta thread these things through these holes. So what we're going to do first is attach this head, and it just screws in. Okay, so we're screwed in. Now we got to get these wicks down these holes. So what I'm going to actually try, I have a syringe here. I haven't actually tried this yet. I'm just going to take one of these guys here and the least frayed one. Okay, I didn't need the syringe for that. The least frayed one went through pretty easy. You know, I wouldn't even recommend you take these apart when you clean it. I definitely didn't have to. I just did it for the video. So I'm probably gonna suffer with these and try to get them down the hole, and then I'll cut back here. Alright guys, so I managed to get them through. I definitely would not recommend that, and unfortunately I lost a wick. It just snapped right off. And this silica is not very tough that's in here, so yeah, definitely when you're cleaning this out, I just wouldn't bother removing, taking these wicks out. You know, just rinse up here, rinse down here, pat them dry burn it, you'll be okay. But let's continue on. We got that done, so let's start at the bottom of the tank here. Got our Vcore 2.0 piece here. We're just going to screw that on with the Vcore on the bottom. Okay. Next we're going to put our head on there. It's going to be wicks down, of course, into the tank. Okay. I got a little piece of wick sticking up from that one that busted. A little sloppy here, folks. A little sloppy. My bad. Alright, so next we're going to put on the next plastic piece. Okay. Then we got our top. Then we got our drip tip that came with it. Really nice drip tip. Really like this thing. It's got some real weight to it. I don't think it's stainless steel, but it's really nice. Okay. And there we have the Vcore 2.0 fully assembled, minus one wick. My fault. And let's pull out, and I'll show you how to fill it and we'll take a vape off it. Okay, so that is the breakdown of the tank. You know, I wrecked one of my wicks. Whoops. Um, just be careful with those wicks, especially if you're going to take them out to clean them. They do come with replaceable heads, so the heads are replaceable. You can buy them on the Canvape website. This is from Canvape.com. Not sure I said that yet. Let's first of all talk about filling it. Now, what I find the easiest is to use a syringe. Okay, and all you're gonna do is take your syringe, take the top off of this. There's 4 nice big wick holes in there. Stick your syringe down one of those wick holes, fill it up, pull it out. Important to take some liquid in your syringe or your bottle, it doesn't matter. Prime those wicks up, prime that coil up. Make sure they're nice and saturated, and you'll be ready to go right away. So let's put this back together. The other way of doing it is you can take it off at the halfway mark here, put your liquid in there, and then put your wicks in there, but that gets kind of messy, and especially if the wicks are already wet from if you're just refilling and you've already filled the tank. It gets kind of messy doing that. I find the syringe method is quick and easy. And you know, vapors, if you don't have a couple syringes sitting around, grab yourself some, do yourself a favor. Just so much easier. Anyways, let's have a vape on this. I have this on my mod here at 3.66 volts. This is a 2.4 ohm head. Let's vape it. All right, so what do I think about it? When I first started using this is a 2.4 ohm head, okay? So I was thinking, well, you know, I should be able to vape it for 4.2 volts, and that's what I started doing. Terrible. It was terrible at for anything over 4 volts. Actually, this thing was terrible at anything over 3.6 volts. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn it down. I vaped a whole tank at 4 volts, and it was just a dry hit machine. I mean, it was just dry hit after dry hit. You know, I get one good one if I let it sit for, you know, 10-15 seconds. Then okay, it was okay. But where this really started to shine was when I bumped it down to 3.6 volts. And I find that is the sweet spot for this. I only have the 2.4 ohm head that came with it. I haven't rebuilt a head for this yet. I just got too much stuff to do. But 3.6 volts, and it was vaping really, really nice. Lots of vapor. Excuse me. Good flavor. Not the most fantastic flavor I've ever tasted. You know, I'd say it's probably on par with the VV Nova. You know, the VV Nova, I like it as a tank. I don't think it has the most fantastic flavor. I think it's pretty darn good, and I think this is pretty darn good. But I like the vape out of this better than I do a VV Nova. Something about the draw of the VV Nova bothers me. This I like a lot better. I get a pretty decent throat hit out of it. The throat hit isn't fantastic. I mean, I know what this juice should hit like, and it hits a little lower than that, but it's definitely not to the point where I don't want to vape this. I actually found myself vaping on this, on the Vcore quite a bit. I think it's a pretty good clear miser, and I'm going to continue to use it. I'm going to rebuild this head eventually, just to see how that goes. But as I said in the close-up, it shouldn't be too hard to rebuild if you've ever rebuilt a VV Nova head. If you haven't, go check out Phil Basardo's video on how to do it. It's pretty simple. So that's the Vcore 2.0 Squid tank, Splitfire tank, whatever you want to call it. Keep the voltage down, and you should have a good time with this thing. Let's take a look at some pricing from Canvape.com. So the tank with a head, you can choose which head you get. You can get a 2.4, 1.8, or a 2.8. Like I said, I only got the one with this, so it's $12.50 for the complete setup. You can get replacement heads, $2.50 a piece, and by the looks of it, the replacement heads have like it looks like a little rubber piece on the bottom, so it's easy to get through those holes where you saw me, kind of mangle mine when I was putting it through. So that'd be kind of handy. I assume you pull them off afterwards. You get this cool drip tip with it. I really like this drip tip a lot. I mean, you paid, $3.50 just for one of these. So it vapes well at lower voltage. Good flavor, decent throat hit. Yeah, I would check it out. Canvape.com. Thanks for watching my review, and of course, I will be back with more reviews.